I want you to do something right now. Go to a mirror or just pull up your phone camera. Look at your lips, not your smile, not your teeth, your lips. Now think back 20 years ago. What did they look like? Fuller, more defined. That sharp border at the top, that little ridge called the Cupid's bow, it was clear, wasn't it? Your lips had volume. They had shape. They looked like your lips. Now look at what's there today. If you're like tens of millions of Americans over 60, the border has softened. The fullness is gone. The corners may have started to turn slightly downward. And vertical lines, those little creases above the upper lip, are starting to appear whether you smoked a cigarette in your life or not. And what has every doctor, every dermatologist, every beauty counter expert told you? That's just aging. It happens to everyone. I'm here to tell you that is one of the most expensive lies the cosmetic industry has ever sold you. Because what's happening to your lips is not a calendar problem. It is a biological collapse, and it is happening because of very specific things going on inside your body right now that nobody has explained to you. And here's the part that should make you angry. The same industry that told you this is just normal aging is the same industry making $17 billion a year injecting people with temporary fillers that last 4 to 6 months before you have to go back and do it. Again, you don't need a needle. You need to understand what actually happened and then fix it from the inside out. That's what this video is about. Let's start with what your lips are actually made of, because this is where everything begins. Your lips are not just skin. They are a highly specialized structure. Underneath that outer layer, you have a dense network of collagen fibers, primarily type 1 and type 3 collagen. This collagen is what gives your lips their firmness and shape. Wrapped around that is a muscle called the orbicularis oris, a circular muscle that frames the entire mouth. And woven throughout all of it is something called the extracellular matrix, a kind of biological scaffolding that holds everything in position. Sitting inside that scaffolding is one of the most important molecules in your body for lip volume, hyaluronic acid. You've probably heard that word in the context of skincare creams or cosmetic fillers. But here's what they never explain. Hyaluronic acid is not just a filler ingredient. It is a molecule your body produces naturally, and its entire job is to hold water inside tissue. One molecule of hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its own weight in water. That's not a marketing claim. That is basic biochemistry. Your lips are supposed to be hydrated, plump, and structurally supported from the inside because your body is continuously making collagen and hyaluronic acid to maintain them. The question is, why did your body stop doing that? There are not one but 3 simultaneous biological breakdowns that happen in the lips after 50 and accelerate after 60. And they all interact with each other. Miss one of them, and you're only getting part of the picture. Collapse mechanism number 1. The collagen factory shuts down. Your body produces collagen through specialized cells called fibroblasts. These fibroblasts sit inside your skin and lip tissue, and they are continuously synthesizing new collagen to replace what breaks down naturally. When you're in your 20s and 30s, this system is running close to full capacity. After age 25, collagen production begins to drop by approximately 1% per year. That sounds gradual. It is not gradual in its effects. By the time you are 60, you have lost somewhere between 30 and 40% of the collagen you had at your peak. And here's the critical thing. The lips are one of the first places this loss becomes visible because lips have very little subcutaneous fat underneath them compared to your cheeks or forehead. There's nothing to compensate for when the collagen goes. What controls the fibroblast? What tells it to keep synthesizing collagen? 2 things primarily. Vitamin C, which is a mandatory cofactor in the enzyme system that builds collagen fibers. And estrogen, which directly stimulates fibroblast activity in facial tissue. Remove either one, the factory slows down. Collapse mechanism number 2. The estrogen floor drops out. This is the mechanism that almost no one connects to their lips, and it is one of the most important. Estrogen receptors are not just in your reproductive organs. They are distributed throughout your skin and significantly in your lip tissue. Estrogen directly promotes the production of both collagen and hyaluronic acid in the skin. It keeps fibroblasts active. It maintains the moisture binding capacity of the dermis. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Dermatology found that women lose up to 30% of their skin collagen in the first 5 years after menopause. 30% in 5 years. Not from neglect, not from sun damage, from the removal of one hormone that was quietly maintaining the entire system. The lips respond to this estrogen withdrawal faster and more visibly than almost any other facial feature because, again, there is no fat cushion to absorb the structural loss. This is not a small thing. This is not cosmetic vanity. This is a hormonal cascade that is measurably, biochemically dismantling the structure of your face from the inside, and it begins years before you ever notice it in the mirror. Collapse mechanism number 3. Glycation is cross-linking your collagen into concrete. This third mechanism is the one that almost nobody talks about, and it may be the most preventable one. Here's what glycation means. When sugar molecules in your bloodstream come into contact with collagen proteins, they bind to them. This is called a glycation reaction. And when this happens repeatedly over years and decades, the collagen fibers become cross-linked. They fuse together. They lose their elasticity. They stop functioning as a flexible, hydrated structural scaffold and start behaving more like a rigid, brittle framework. Think of it like this. Fresh collagen is like a brand new rubber band, flexible, resilient, springs back when you stretch it. Glycated collagen is like a rubber band that's been left in the sun for 3 years. It's stiff, it's dry, it cracks. And here's the betrayal. Inside the betrayal, every person who's been told to use a topical collagen cream on their lips is applying something to a surface that is being destroyed from beneath by their blood sugar levels. The cream cannot penetrate to the fibroblast layer. It cannot reverse glycation. It cannot restore what chronic sugar consumption has been dismantling for 15 or 20 years. This is why the creams keep not working. This is why people keep going back for more fillers, because nobody addressed the mechanism. Here's something worth sitting with for a moment. The dermatology and cosmetic industry in the United States generates approximately $17.5 billion annually from lip fillers, anti-aging injections, and cosmetic procedures, most of which require repeat visits every 4 to 6 months because the results are not permanent. The standard recommendation for thinning lips is hyaluronic acid filler, injectable hyaluronic acid, which is, in essence, a synthetic replacement for the exact molecule your body used to produce naturally and stopped producing because of deficiencies and hormonal shifts your doctor never addressed. The field of cosmetic dermatology is not trained to ask, why did this person stop producing hyaluronic acid? That question is not on the intake form. It is not part of the consultation. Because answering it correctly and addressing it nutritionally and hormonally would eliminate the need for repeated procedures. This isn't a conspiracy. It's a business model. You don't need a filler that lasts 6 months. You need to understand what your fibroblasts need to do their job and give it to them. There are 4 specific things that accelerate lip thinning, and most people over 60 are doing at least 2 of them every single day without knowing it. Number 1, chronic low vitamin C. Vitamin C is not optional for collagen production. It is not helpful. It is mandatory. The enzyme system that builds collagen, specifically an enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase, cannot function without vitamin C as a cofactor. Without enough vitamin C at the cellular level, fibroblasts cannot complete the collagen assembly process. Unfinished collagen chains are unstable and break down rapidly. The government's recommended daily intake for vitamin C, 65 to 90 milligrams, was set based on the minimum needed to prevent scurvy, not the amount needed to maintain collagen synthesis at 65 years old with already declining fibroblast activity. The therapeutic range for collagen support is closer to 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day, a number that most Americans are nowhere near. Number 2, chronic dehydration. The average American over 60 is mildly chronically dehydrated. Not severely, just consistently, 10 to 15% below optimal hydration. And what does mild chronic dehydration do? It reduces the water binding capacity of hyaluronic acid in the tissue. Even if your body is producing some hyaluronic acid, if you're not adequately hydrated, the molecule cannot do its job. The volume simply isn't there. This alone will not restore your lips. But without correcting it, nothing else will work fully. Number 3, excess sugar and refined carbohydrates. I already explained the glycation mechanism, but what most people don't realize is that glycation is not just about dessert, it's about the total sugar load hitting your bloodstream every day. Bread, pasta, rice, crackers, anything that converts to glucose rapidly in the blood, and then those glucose molecules begin the cross-linking process on your collagen fibers. The severity of glycation damage to facial collagen correlates closely with average blood sugar levels over time, the same marker as your A1C test. Someone with chronically elevated blood sugar at 58 or 62 is fast-forwarding the structural collapse of their lips by years. Number 4, chronic cortisol elevation. This one is invisible. You may not feel particularly stressed. But cortisol, the primary stress hormone, has a direct destructive effect on collagen. It activates an enzyme called matrix metalloproteinase, which breaks down collagen in the skin. Chronically elevated cortisol from poor sleep, blood sugar swings, overtraining, or emotional stress is quietly destroying the structural tissue of your face, including your lips, around the clock. And the population most affected by this? Adults over 60 who are dealing with disrupted sleep, irregular blood sugar, and years of accumulated physiological stress. Here's what actually moves the needle. Not topically, not cosmetically, biologically. Step 1, give your fibroblasts what they need to produce collagen. This means 2 things specifically: adequate vitamin C at therapeutic levels, 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily, and collagen peptides. Collagen peptides are hydrolyzed collagen proteins. They've been broken down into small enough fragments that they are absorbed into the bloodstream, and this is the critical part. They have been shown in clinical research to signal fibroblasts to increase their own collagen production. This is not just replacement, this is stimulation. A 2019 randomized controlled trial published in Nutrients demonstrated that women who supplemented with specific collagen peptides for 12 weeks showed statistically significant improvements in skin elasticity, hydration, including in perioral tissue, the area immediately around the lips. The dosage that showed results, 10 to 15 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides per day, not 2 grams in a beauty drink, 10 to 15 grams. That's a meaningful serving added to your coffee, your smoothie, or a glass of water every single morning. Step 2, restore hyaluronic acid production from the inside. The same fibroblasts that produce collagen also produce hyaluronic acid, and they require specific raw materials to do it. Zinc is one of the most important. Zinc is a cofactor in multiple enzyme systems that regulate hyaluronic acid synthesis, and zinc deficiency is extraordinarily common in adults over 60, with some estimates suggesting that 40% of older American adults are deficient based on dietary intake alone. Oral hyaluronic acid supplementation has also shown meaningful results. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that oral HA at 120 milligrams per day for 12 weeks significantly increased skin moisture and reduced the appearance of fine lines around the mouth compared to placebo. This is not the same as injected HA. But the mechanism is real orally consumed. HA breaks into fragments that are absorbed and distributed to connective tissue, where they support the local production environment. Step 3, stop the glycation that is destroying what you're building. The most impactful single dietary change is to reduce the speed at which sugar hits your bloodstream. Not eliminating carbohydrates entirely, but eliminating refined carbohydrates, added sugars, and highly processed foods that drive rapid blood sugar spikes and therefore drive glycation damage to collagen throughout your body. 2 additional compounds have been shown to directly inhibit glycation reactions in skin tissue. The first is carnosine, a dipeptide naturally found in meat and available as a supplement, which has been demonstrated to act as a sacrificial glycation target, binding to sugar molecules before they can attach to collagen. The second is benfotiamine, a fat-soluble form of vitamin B1, which blocks one of the primary biochemical pathways through which sugar damages tissue. A 2008 study in diabetes care showed that benfotiamine significantly reduced markers of advanced glycation end products in clinical subjects. Step 4, address cortisol to stop destroying what you're restoring. You cannot build collagen faster than cortisol destroys it. The most powerful cortisol-lowering interventions that have the most clinical support are sleep, not just hours, but quality of sleep, prioritizing deep sleep cycles, daily walking, specifically 30 to 45 minutes outdoors, which has been shown to reduce cortisol more effectively than indoor exercise, and magnesium glycinate at 300 to 400 milligrams before bed. Magnesium is a cofactor in more than 300 biochemical reactions and directly modulates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which controls cortisol output. If your cortisol stays chronically elevated, you will rebuild collagen during the day and have it dismantled at night. Both directions of intervention matter. Step 5. Targeted topical, but only as support. There is one topical application that is worth including alongside the internal work, not instead of it. A high-quality vitamin C serum applied directly to the lip border and the perioral area delivers ascorbic acid directly to the fibroblast layer, bypassing the digestion process. Concentration matters here. Effective concentrations are between 10 and 20% L-ascorbic acid, not the low-dose versions in most commercial creams. This doesn't restore lost volume, but it directly supports collagen synthesis at the surface level and has antioxidant effects that slow ongoing collagen degradation. I want to be direct with you about timing because I'm not going to promise you something that can't be delivered. Collagen restoration is not a 2-week process. The cellular turnover of lip tissue, the replacement of old, glycated, structurally compromised collagen with new fibers, takes time. Most people who commit to the full internal protocol begin to notice a difference in lip texture and the sharpness of the lip border at around 6 to 8 weeks. Meaningful volume restoration, the kind that's visible in photos, typically becomes apparent at 3 to 4 months. This is not slower than fillers. This is permanent in a way that fillers are not. What you build through this process becomes your body's own tissue, your own collagen, your own hyaluronic acid. Not something that dissolves in 6 months and sends you back to a clinic. The structure of your lips is a live biological system. It responds to what you feed it, what you protect it from, and how well you maintain the hormonal and nutritional environment it needs to function. It is not locked into the decline you're looking at in the mirror right now. Here's what to do starting today. 1. Add 10 to 15 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides to your morning routine in coffee, water, or smoothie. 2. Take 500 milligrams of vitamin C twice daily, morning and evening, not once. Collagen synthesis is a continuous process, and vitamin C is consumed in it continuously. 3. Add 120 milligrams of oral hyaluronic acid and 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc daily. These are not optional additions. They are what your fibroblasts are waiting for. 4. Remove refined sugar and processed grains for a minimum of 60 days. This is the single most powerful thing you can do to stop glycation from destroying the collagen you're now rebuilding. 5. Get 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before bed every night. Your cortisol levels determine whether this entire protocol succeeds or fails. Your lips didn't thin because you got old. They thinned because your body ran out of what it needs to maintain them. Give it what it needs and watch what it does. Now, if you want to understand how the same collagen and glycation process is affecting every other part of your face and skin, I've covered the complete mechanism in the video right here. The information in that video connects directly to everything I just showed you, and most people are missing the most important piece. Check it out.